Ecclesiastes once wrote, "Using a dull axe requires great strength." I feel this axiom is applicable in the many things that we do at home and at work every day, from planning your daily activities to improving your day-to-day operations at your place of business. The idea of sharpening your axe can be applied to your business processes and projects, where spending a little time and effort early in the process can pay great dividends over the duration of the project or plant improvement. Conversely, a lack of attention during the planning phases of a project can lead to project risks that were previously not identified, along with potential design changes during construction, causing cost overruns and schedule delays. And while you still can chop wood with a dull axe, why would you? Organizations know that when you spend upfront time developing an initial plan, you've got a much better chance at creating great value at minimal cost. This planning will help you to visualize how your project is affected by other plant operations and understand your capital spending requirements, your project risks, and create a roadmap for your success. Hi, I'm Mark O'Connell, Associate Director of our Capital Project Planning Group here at Matrix Technologies. And I'd like to talk a little bit about project planning and how a little goes a long way. After 2,000 years, this axiom still applies to how we do business today. At Matrix Technologies, we continue to find better ways to improve on how we manage, execute, and deliver engineering and control automation projects from our team to your business. As a plant manager, engineer, or production supervisor, one of your many jobs may be to make improvements on your process or facility. Sometimes you may have the bandwidth to make these improvements internally, working with your team to improve on your own processes. However, you may also find that you're resource constrained and need an experienced engineering partner to work alongside you. Someone you can trust to understand your project goals and be your partner from concept to construction. Our Capital Project Planning Group will be an extension of your team, helping you to develop your project, identify risks, and support the preparation of your CapEx request. We offer this service as we recognize that 100% of your effort goes into operating and maintaining your successful plant operations, leaving you little time to focus on process improvements, which in the end will sharpen your axe. When I think of how a project develops from concept to completion, I think about a roadmap or a plan to get you from point A to point B. And while this sounds simple enough, it can be daunting if you've never done it before, or if you don't have adequate time to plan for a successful start to your project. I can think of a few critical elements that you might want to consider when thinking through your first project plan. First, have you decided on a project approach? For example, is there enough information to go right to an EPC partner and receive a guaranteed maximum price? Or does the engineering design need to be completed to a higher level of detail to remove the unknowns and identify the risks which generally translate into increased project costs? If you're still looking at options and feasibility, maybe the best approach would be to perform a small FEL or a pre-engineering study to develop those concepts utilizing 3D scanning and layouts, defining the options, and developing a capital construction cost and a preliminary schedule. Second, have you written a project description? The project description is essentially your designer or construction partner's RFP, or request for proposal. A good RFP contains the following elements: plant location and plant contact information, general instruction to bidders, which may include information of your plant or your plant processes, what stage of the project currently at. For example, are you at feasibility or pre-engineering stage? Are you ready for final design? Or is design completed and you're ready for an EPC construction cost estimate? Are you expecting a time and material not to exceed bid or a fixed fee pricing estimate? What are your proposal due dates? And have you allowed sufficient time for contractor site visits and a pre-bid meeting to answer their questions? What is your anticipated schedule for completion of the work? A good RFP also has a technical section write-up explaining your current plant operations and what your project would like to accomplish. This would include existing drawings, pictures of the areas of work, and any disciplines that might be involved, including civil, structural, architectural, plumbing and HVAC, process mechanical, process piping, electrical, power, instrumentation and control, as well as automation and programming requirements. And finally, the terms and conditions, many of which have already been previously agreed to with your engineering or construction partner through a master services agreement or other previously defined arrangements between companies. And third, have you chosen bidders that have experience with your scope of services and have the depth and breadth to accomplish the work in a timely manner? For example, would you trust a large plant process renovation to a partner with little expertise associated with your project, or a partner that may not have the bandwidth to complete the work on schedule? Would you feel comfortable with a partner that has multiple layers of subcontracted disciplines rather than a one-stop shop where all of your engineering and automation services might be under one roof? Your choice in a partner is long-lasting and will make a difference between a successful, well-planned project and one which may have a few surprises, potentially leading to schedule delays and overall project cost increases. This roadmap from concept to completion all starts with project planning. Our capital project planning group is a specialized group of experienced senior engineers with a diverse background in facilities, process, mechanical, and electrical systems and control automation. The group specializes in helping you to get your plant improvement projects moving forward, allowing you time to focus your efforts on running your facility. Our capital project planning team is flexible and can fill the planning roles you need assistance with. Early in the process, these roles can include writing project capital approval requests and preparing RFP and scope documents, developing concepts and layouts, and developing options using our 3D scanning technology as a basis for our design, preparing master planning and space planning studies, developing early feasibility and risk assessments, providing early planning assessments for building modifications or expansions, analyzing your utilities for future expansion, and developing a capital construction cost estimate and a preliminary project schedule to support your decision to move the project forward or not. So the axiom of requiring great strength to swing a dull axe certainly applies to early project planning. When your projects are early in the planning stages, wouldn't it make more sense to have a seasoned, project-focused team help you to develop your project requirements in a timely and low-cost manner, allowing you the time to focus on meeting your plant's production goal? If you have a project early in the planning stages, our capital project planning group here at Matrix Technologies can help you to move that project along faster, allowing you the time to run your business effectively and keep that axe sharpened.